Hello students, welcome back to the second session of the English lesson we are going to learn, which is a tiger in the house. So we saw in the last class that grandfather brought a tiger cub called Timothy from a hunting expedition. We learnt also that he had made two friends, the monkey and a mongrel puppy. Right? You all will surely remember. It was an interesting story, wasn't it? Now we'll see what happened to the little cub. We'll continue. Timothy had clean habits and would scrub his face with his paws exactly like a cat. He slept at night in the cook's quarters and was always delighted at being let out by him in the morning. Now who's the cook? Mahmud. So he is the cook and in his quarters. Like many people, what they will do, if they have their own cooks or people to help them in the house, they will also give them a separate place to stay. So in his quarters, this Timothy was also staying along with the cook. He had clean habits. Have you seen cats cleaning their face with their paw? Just like that, Timothy also would clean himself and always keep himself very clean. One of these days, declared grandmother in her prophetic manner, we are going to find Timothy sitting on Mahmud's bed and no sign of the cook except his clothes and shoes. So grandmother in a prophetic manner means as if she's foretelling the future. She's telling what's going to happen in the future. She's telling one of these days, that means very soon, the tiger is growing up, right? So he is going to eat Mahmud and he'll be sitting on Mahmud's bed and only the shoes and clothes will be left there because he would have eaten the whole body of Mahmud. So grandmother is warning everybody, be careful, this tiger will start eating human beings. Of course it never came to that. But when Timothy was about 6 months old, a change came over him. He grew steadily less friendly. So slowly he's become, earlier he was very friendly, right? He would stalk and he would play with the author. He was very playful like a kitten. Now when he becomes 6 months old, slowly everything is changing. He doesn't want to be friendly. He is showing his wild instincts. When out for a walk with me, he would try to steal away to stalk a cat or someone's pet Pekingese. So you can see a cat over here and the picture down is the Pekingese. It's a breed of dog. So these two, if these two are seen anywhere by the tiger, he would just go and stalk them. He would try to hunt them. Sometimes at night we would hear frenzied cackling from the poultry house and in the morning there would be feathers lying all over the veranda. So now you know who would have done that. So Timothy at night he would steal out of the house, he would go, and poultry means hen, chicken. So he would go and catch few chickens and eat them so that all the feathers were lying on the floor. So now everybody is getting a little bit worried. Timothy had to be chained up more often, and finally when he began to stalk Mahmud about the house with what looked like villainous intent, grandfather decided it was time to transfer him to a zoo. Now we can see Timothy, he stalked cats and small dogs. Now he started stalking, that means he's chasing Mahmud as if to hunt and kill him. Now grandfather thought, okay, it is time to take him out of the house and transfer him to a zoo. Zoo is where he will be safe. The nearest zoo was at Lucknow, 200 miles away. Reserving a first-class compartment for himself and Timothy, no one would share a compartment with them. So who would want to sit next to a tiger? in a train compartment. Nobody would dare to sit, right? So only grandfather and Timothy, both of them. Timothy was very close to grandfather. Okay, so both of them went to Lucknow, which was 200 miles away, to a zoo. Grandfather took him to Lucknow, where the zoo authorities were only too glad to receive a gift, a well-fed and fairly civilized tiger. Because he grew up in a house with human beings, he has learnt many good habits, and he is well-fed. Well-fed means he has eaten very healthy food and he looks very healthy. Civilized tiger. Usually he is not a jungle tiger. Now he is a very civilized tiger with very good habits. About 6 months later, when my grandparents were visiting relatives in Lucknow, grandfather took the opportunity to call at the zoo to see how Timothy was getting on. I was not there to accompany him, but I heard all about it when he returned to Dehra. So now they are staying in Dehra. Now they have left him in the zoo. It has been 6 months. Okay, for 6 months he has been in the zoo. So now grandfather misses him a lot. So one day he thought, okay, let me, while they got an opportunity to go to Lucknow, grandfather thought, okay, this is another chance for me to go and visit my dear Timothy. So the author, he was not there. Maybe he was in his house. So when the grandfather came back and all, then when he went to Dehra, the author got to know about this story. So what was that story? About the visit of the grandfather to the zoo. What happened there? Arriving at the zoo, grandfather made straight for the particular cage in which Timothy had been interned. Interned meant put under restriction. The tiger was there, crouched in a corner, full grown and with a magnificent striped coat. So striped coat means these lines which tigers have, they are called stripes. They have black stripes. So he saw the tiger, he went straight to that cage. He went, and now it is fully grown. It looks magnificent. It looks very, very nice. The tiger approached the bars. So as soon as the tiger saw grandfather, it came near the bar. So he is in the cage, so he is coming closer to where grandfather is standing, and allowed grandfather to put both hands around his head. So grandfather is petting him. So because they raised him since he was a small baby, right? So he is trying, grandfather is petting him, he is putting his hand on his head, on the head of Timothy, on the tiger. Grandfather stroked the tiger's forehead and tickled his ears, and whenever he growled, smacked him across the mouth, which was his old way of keeping him quiet. So what is grandfather doing? He is tickling his ears. Now he is growling, means he doesn't like it. Now this tiger doesn't like it. So what did grandfather do? He is hitting him on the mouth. Can we go and hit a tiger which is in the zoo? No, because grandfather was very close. So he thought, okay, you are just not my pet. You are not just a tiger, you are also my pet. So he is hitting him on the mouth. He licked grandfather's hands and only sprang away when a leopard in the next cage snarled at him. So we saw the picture of snarled. No, you're just, if the animal is very angry and it's showing his teeth in anger, that is called snarled. So who is snarling here? In the neighboring cage there is a leopard. So leopard is, only when he saw the leopard, the tiger is going away. Sprang away, he is going away. Again it's come. So grandfather is chasing the leopard, he is telling, shoo, go away. So when the leopard went away and left them alone, again the tiger came, and what did he do? He is licking grandfather's hands. But every now and then the leopard would rush at the bars and the tiger would slink back to his corner. So it was happening alternately. Leopard would come, grandfather would chase. As soon as leopard comes, tiger would go away inside. Again it would come back. Now a number of people had gathered to watch the reunion when now many zoo visitors are watching this wonderful scene over there. One old man is petting and playing and touching the tiger's head, and even the tiger is responding. So many people have gathered around. Now one of the zookeepers pushed his way through. Now one zookeeper, he wants to see what's happening over there. So he came and asked grandfather what he was doing. He was asking grandfather, "Hello, what are you doing?" "It's a tiger." "I'm talking to Timothy," said grandfather. "Weren't you here when I gave him to the zoo 6 months ago?" So grandfather is telling, "This is my Timothy. He is my tiger. It is I who gave it to the zoo. Don't you remember?" So now the zookeeper is telling, "I haven't been here very long," said the surprised keeper. Now that man is telling, "Sir, I wasn't here." That means I wasn't working here when you gave the tiger. Then he said, "Please continue your conversation, but I have never been able to touch him myself. He is always very bad tempered." Now that keeper is telling, "Sir, oh, I didn't know that he is your tiger. You can touch him, sir, no problem, because whenever I come near him, he doesn't let me." "Okay, sir, no problem," he says, and he goes away. "Why didn't you put him somewhere else?" Now grandfather is worried about where this Timothy has been kept. He's telling, "Why don't you transport him in a better place?" He's suggesting to them, "That leopard keeps frightening him. I'll go and see the superintendent about it." So he's telling, the superintendent is his friend. So grandfather wants the tiger to be put in a better place where this leopard wouldn't frighten him. He's scared of the leopard. Grandfather went in search of the superintendent of the zoo, but found that he had gone home early. And so, after wandering about the zoo for a little while, he returned to Timothy's cage to say goodbye. Now again he went to see superintendent is not there, so he thought, okay, what to do? Let me see Timothy one more time before returning home. He wants to say goodbye. It was beginning to get dark. Now it's evening, so it's getting dark. He had been stroking this and slapping Timothy for about 5 minutes. He is slapping the tiger, and he was also stroking, he was petting him, he was rubbing his head and his forehead, he is tickling his ears, when he observed another keeper observing him with some alarm. Alarm means fear, surprising fear. Another zookeeper, little further away, he is looking at this grandfather in shock. He is very scared. Then grandfather recognized him as the keeper who had been there when Timothy had first come to the zoo. Now the second zookeeper was present when grandfather brought Timothy to the zoo. So now he recognized him. "You remember me," said grandfather. "Now why don't you transfer Timothy to another cage away from that stupid leopard?" Now since he remembers him, he called that man and told, "You remember me, right? I was here. I was the one who brought Timothy. Now please transfer this cage of my Timothy to another place, because that stupid leopard is scaring him." So that zookeeper said, "But sir," stammered the keeper, "it's not your tiger." I know," said grandfather testily. "I realized he is no longer mine, but you might at least take a suggestion or two from me." That man is trying to tell him, "Sir, it is not your tiger." Shocking, isn't it? That is not the tiger which grandfather gave. It is not Timothy. So grandfather is thinking, okay, he is thinking that zookeeper is telling, "Sir, now it belongs to us because you have given it to us. It is us." So grandfather is thinking in that sense. So he is telling, yes, I know it is yours because it's no longer mine, but at least take my suggestion. So the zookeeper says, "I remember your tiger very well," said the keeper. "He died 2 months ago." "Died?" exclaimed grandfather. "See, Timothy has died 2 months back. That means this is definitely not Timothy, right?" "Yes, sir, of pneumonia." This tiger was trapped in the hills only last month and is very dangerous. You get the point, right? This is not Timothy, but he's another wild tiger who was trapped in the hills. And what is more shocking? He's a very dangerous tiger. Grandfather could think of nothing to say. The tiger was still licking his arm with increasing relish. The tiger is still licking grandfather's arm with relish, means as if he's licking. How would you lick a chocolate or a lollipop? Increasing with relish, right? You will enjoy it like that. This tiger is licking grandfather's hand. Now grandfather is very scared. My God, I was stroking and petting some wild tiger and not my Timothy. Grandfather took what seemed to him an age to withdraw his hand from the cage. That means took what seemed to be an age, means he took a very long time to slowly take his hand out of the cage. With his face near the tiger's, he mumbled, "Good night, Timothy," and giving the keeper a scornful look, walked briskly out of the zoo. Now he is in a very confused state, grandfather. So sad. Timothy is dead, but this is not Timothy. But still he was able to spend some quality time with this tiger. Right? Then he says, "Okay, good night, Timothy," he said, and he gave an angry look at the zookeeper and he went away. So that's the end of the story. How did you all like the story? Was it interesting? Interesting, isn't it? Okay, now you can watch the video again. So the children who haven't seen the first part of the story, go back to the video which I sent on Monday, watch that and watch this so that you will understand the full story. Alright, I will send a quiz. You can attempt that quiz as well. Okay, now have a great day. Bye bye.